that's where I know is.
Thank you for joining me on my masterclass. Now, today we're talking about 5 passive income ideas to permanently take you out of poverty. Now, that's 5 passive income ideas to permanently take you out of poverty. Now, before we go further, I need to explain to you guys what passive income is. Now, passive income is any income source that does not come from your job or your business and does not require your regular effort to continue to generate that revenue. So I'll say it one more time. It's any income source that does not come from your job or your business and does not require your active effort to continue to yield that revenue. That's what the passive income is. So I'll give you a very good example. Now, I'm not boasting here. I'm just trying to give you some illustrations. I woke up this morning and I had income from my books. I woke up this morning, I had income from YouTube. I woke up this morning, I had income from Quora. I woke up this morning and I had income from some other income sources. Now, that is passive income. That income was yielding to me, accruing to me while I slept. Now, the reason why I want to do this video is because a lot of you know, and you follow me on social media, you see how I have traveled all around Africa. There's no part of Africa I haven't been to. There's no part of Asia I haven't been to. I've traveled all around Asia, and I've seen the systemic, generational, endemic poverty in all these places. And then I started throwing money at this poverty because I hate poverty and I love prosperity, not for myself only, but for others. And I found out that I was creating dependency. And then I remember that everywhere I went to in these poor places, everybody had a mobile phone, everybody had a smartphone, everybody had internet data. But then instead of using this wisely, they are using it to gossip, they are using it for entertainment, they are using it to look at pornography, they are using it to things that do not generate income. And this is the year 2022. You can generate income from a smartphone. The world has changed. The internet is the biggest mine ever. And that's my motivation for doing these videos. So now, without further ado, what are those passive income ideas that can, look at the word I'm using, permanently take you out of poverty? Let's start with the first one, trading in domain names. Now, what are domain names? Domain names, obviously, they're just URL, web addresses. So for instance, yahoo.com, that's a domain name. Google.com, that's a domain name. So if you have maybe 99 cents, that's all it takes. You can go to namecheap.com or you can go to godaddy.com and you can buy web addresses. Now, you're not just buying any web addresses. You're using your imagination. You're being creative. You're thinking about the future. You're thinking about names that are likely to be used by companies, conglomerates, firms all around the world. So you want to think about names that have not yet been bought but are likely to be relevant in the future. So it's not just for conglomerates. You might just also think about names of musicians, of bands. Think about names, creative names. Because what's happening is that when you buy these domains and you keep them, in the future, when anybody wants to set up a company with that name, they want to buy that domain, they'll try to get it on Namecheap or GoDaddy or any URL provider. And they find out that it's already been bought. What they're going to do is that they're going to try to contact you and to buy it from you. For example, Google, they bought a domain name from the Colombian government. They got a domain name from the Colombian government for $1.5 million. Now, there's an online version of Amazon. It's called Sumo Group of companies. They've got several groups, AppSumo, Sumo Video, a lot of them. What they do is that they digitally distribute goods and services. Now, they've been going with the web URL sumome.com. Sumome.com. Why? Because somebody owns the sumo.com web address. So what did they do? Eventually, they met that person and then they gave the person $1.5 million. Now, you don't have to take my word for it. You can actually research this yourself. And they bought that sumo.com for $1.5 million. Even musicians, I remember Davido, Drake, these musicians and others, they've had to consider buying domain names from other people who have it from them. I think Davido recently just purchased his from the guy who had Davido. So it's something that it's a big business all around the world. A lot of people are doing it. You can do it, and all it just costs 99 cents. Who can't afford 99 cents? The data that you're using today is more than 99 cents. So you can just creatively buy and hold. It's a way of making money. And then here's the thing: when you approach, you can outrightly sell, or you can tell them, okay, I want shares in your company, or you can tell them, okay, I'm going to rent it out to you, and then you pay me so and so amount every month or every year. Now that's the first one. Now the second passive income idea that can permanently take you out of poverty is crypto mining. And I've talked about this before. I've done a whole video on crypto mining. You know, it does not require much money, and sometimes it does not even require money for you to mine cryptocurrency, especially cryptocurrency like Ethereum. If you go on the Ethereum website, it's going to flash up on the screen, you're going to see that even Ethereum encourages you to mine Ether, which is the name of their local cryptocurrency. And it's not just that. If you look at the white paper of a wide range, and you have to remember there are about 1,700 cryptocurrencies. So there are 1,700 coins, cryptocurrencies. So you can mine them. And when you mine them, you get to keep cryptocurrency that is worth a lot. If you had mined Bitcoin or Ethereum, for instance, in Russia, a lot of people are mining Bitcoin in Russia. In America, I think America is the largest Bitcoin mining country in the whole world. It's something that you can do, and then you earn a lot of income from mining. Now, that is the second one. Now, what's the third passive income idea? Now, the third passive income idea is this. Now, NFTs. I've talked about NFTs before, non-fungible tokens. Now, the unique thing about non-fungible tokens, and if you, I'm going to put a video that I made on how to create, buy, and sell non-fungible tokens in the description box of this video. So people who don't know about non-fungible tokens and who want to get into that business can watch that video, and it's going to guide them. But the unique thing about non-fungible tokens, especially non-fungible tokens that are artwork, of which most non-fungible tokens are, most NFTs are, is that when you create an NFT and it is sold, you're getting about maybe 100% of the revenue that you're selling. Initially, you're getting 100% of the revenue. Now, if the person who has bought your NFT then resells it, you're getting thereafter 20% of that revenue. So it's not like you sell an NFT if you are the original creator and then it's gone forever. No, when you sell it, you get your income from selling it. And then every time it is resold, you get 20% of the revenue. So Gary Vee, he made something like, I think it was about $9 billion from just resales of NFTs that he created. And it's not hard to make NFTs. I taught people how to make NFTs. You can actually make NFTs for free. I taught you guys in the video that I did, which I'm going to put in the description box. So you can imagine that you have your cell phone, you have internet data, you create NFTs for free. And then people start to buy them, you get revenue. And then for a lifetime, every time that NFT is resold, you get a 20% cut. Now think about that. That permanently, or rather, that can permanently take you out of poverty. Now, what is the fourth passive income idea source? Now, that's student accommodation. Now, this might require some startup capital. Student accommodation. One of the growing areas of real estate that is almost always growing is student accommodation. Why? Because student populations are always growing. If you look at the world right now, the population of the world right now is about 7.9 billion, projected in about by the year 2030 to be about 10 billion, and it keeps on growing and growing. And a majority of the world's population are young people. So they're going to school, they're going to universities, they're going to be needing dormitories, they're going to be needing hostels, and a lot of universities only provide so much accommodation for their students. So what happens, like, they have companies, they call them real estate investment trusts, that create or rather build student accommodation. That's if you're living in the Western world, Europe, America, and parts of Asia. You've got real estate investment trusts, and I've done a video on rates, which I'll put also in the description box of this video. But if you're living in a country like Nigeria, Tanzania, Ghana, Bangladesh, India, you probably might not have well-established real estate investment trusts, and you can build your own student accommodation. It's not very, very hard. You can actually build very, very, cheaply, and then you have a realtor just manage it, and then year in, year out, you just have that income source coming in, income source coming in, income source coming in. So that's a very good investment, for passive idea, for passive income that can give you wealth Even after you die, it goes to your children because your children are going to they're going to inherit. If you have shares in the REIT, you're going to inherit your shares. If you have actual real estate that you built yourself, they're going to invest. They are going to inherit that. Now, the final one is this, and I alluded to it when I began this video. Write an ebook or write a print on demand book on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And I've done a video on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing that you can actually look at. It's the easiest thing in the world. It's just the easiest thing in the world. You know, the book I wrote during the pandemic that fetched me a lot of money, I actually wrote that book because I was bored. Writing is not that hard, especially if you're writing for children. I don't write for children. I write for everybody. I mean, my books are books mostly for adults. But you can write for children. You know, you can write your bedtime stories that your parents told you, or like your folk stories. Or if you are more creative like me, you can actually write maybe like a 50-page book. And then you upload it on Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing. And then you get to earn a lot of money. And then that money, you earn it forever. You know, I've got several books on Amazon. I wake up and I see, look, I've made so much money from the books. And then also I sell some of the books on my own website. You know, people go there and then it's just, I've got e-commerce on my website. I don't have to do anything. I don't even have to maintain it. They just go there, they click a button, and I get money. So now, if you've watched this and then you have questions arising from these 5 passive income ideas that I've given you that can permanently take you out of poverty, that's okay. Put them in the comment section of this video. And then my staff